Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll show you what I eat in a typical day. I usually make everything at home, and these are my no-nonsense meals that I keep going back to. This video is also sponsored by Skillshare, so if you stick around until the very end of the video, I'll tell you about this chocolate making class I took, which was pretty interesting. If you're a food nerd, you'll love it too. Anyways, for breakfast, I have oatmeal around 10:30, 11 o'clock. This is really easy to make. I just mash one ripe banana into a small saucepan with a fork, and then add a 1/4 cup of oat pieces, a pinch of salt, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. A chai seasoning blend tastes great too if you have that. Then I add a full mug of water, give it a good stir, and then I bring it to a simmer over medium heat. After that, I let it simmer for a couple of minutes, still stirring it here and there. Sometimes I'll lower the heat if it starts to splatter. Then I remove it from the heat and let it rest for a few minutes so it thickens. Lately, I really like adding some chocolate cereal because I like the texture when it softens in the warm oatmeal. Then I add a scoop of peanut butter and some fresh or frozen berries, whatever I have at home. During the day, I usually have 2 cold brew coffees with oat milk and water if I remember to drink it. Sometimes I'll have fruit juice too, but I forgot to film that. My bad. I have lunch around 2:30, 3 o'clock. My favorite lunch right now is smoked tofu sandwiches. The tofu from Netto and Lidl is really good. I'll have half a block for my sandwiches and save the other half for the next day. I prefer making these sandwiches out of baguettes, like 2 smaller ones, but if I don't have any on hand, I use this sliced bread instead. I top my sandwiches with tomato, barbecue sauce, or mustard or sriracha depending how I'm feeling, jalapenos or capusta cachona, Italian seasoning, and nutritional yeast. If you've been watching my videos since we lived in the tiny house, big thanks by the way for sticking around, you'll know that my favorite dinner is one-pot pasta. I just like it because it makes a lot of food, so you have plenty of leftovers for the following day. Okay, so in today's pasta, I am putting in 2 carrots and a red pepper. And it doesn't really matter how you cut these veggies, but try to get them to be roughly the same size. That way they'll just cook in the same amount of time. And of course, you can put any veggies you like. You don't have to include a sweet potato, but it is one of my favorite veggies to have with pasta. I'm also using onion today. I'm going to save the green parts for a garnish, but leek or shallot is really nice too. I really like cauliflower in this dish too, so if you want to do that, I recommend prepping it right away, but don't add it to the pot. Set it aside because it's better if you add it in later. Once the veggies and lentils are in the pot, I add some freshly ground black pepper, and then I add a teaspoon of dried basil, marjoram, oregano, and thyme. Just because a while ago I accidentally ordered an obscene amount of dried herbs, and it's going to take me years to go through them all. So I basically just add them to everything so we use them up. You can also add a tablespoon or 2 of curry powder or some garlic if you like it. Once it's boiling, I reduce the heat to medium and let it cook uncovered for 15 minutes. Then I add half a cup of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of gochujang, which is a spicy Korean fermented pepper paste, 1 pack of pasta, any shape will work really, and cauliflower. heat to high, and once it's simmering again, I turn it down to medium and let it cook for 15 minutes. If it starts to splatter too much, I turn the heat down slightly. You'll have to stir it often if you overfill the pot like I do, otherwise it'll stick to the bottom. And on second thought, if you're cooking for one, you could just cut this recipe in half and make a smaller batch. That would be easier. Remove it from the heat and let it rest covered for 15 to 20 minutes. The noodles will keep cooking during that time. I like to top my pasta with tamari, sriracha, green onions, nutritional yeast, and even kimchi when I have some in the fridge. And then if I'm craving something sweet, I'll have Inca with oat milk and a homemade double chocolate cookie. Alright, so let's talk about chocolate for a second. I recently completed a class on Skillshare called Easy Chocolate Making, all the basics from bean to bar, taught by Peter Gray and Nate Hodge from Rocca Chocolate. They actually teach you how to make your own chocolate bar at home, which is really cool. They also have like the easiest explanation of how to temper chocolate. That's something that I've never learned how to do properly, but after watching their class, I feel confident that I could make my own chocolate bar at home, so I think I will try it someday. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. They offer all sorts of creative classes, in addition to classes on productivity, freelancing, and entrepreneurship. They're curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes, so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Really good. I can't give you any, sorry.